student learning outcomes for students. And so again, today is another opportunity for you to engage with our team with some of the priority work that we're doing around early literacy and math. And I am thankful that you have decided to join this particular call this afternoon. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Jamie Aber on our team, who will begin the presentation today around math. And once again, we'll have you in and out as we respect your time. Thanks so much.
So hello, everyone. Today, we're going to spend some time talking about planning for Act 260. As you know, we center all of our work around the mission that we will improve outcomes for students. And we will do that through prioritizing high-quality grade-level instruction, providing timely, proactive supports for students to access grade-level instruction, providing quality professional learning experiences, which is where we will focus most of the conversation today, and providing supports for families, caregivers, and communities to support their students in mathematics. All of this is part of the Louisiana Math Comprehensive Plan. And today, we're going to focus on Act 260. So in the spring of 2023, the Louisiana legislature passed Act 260. So math teachers in grades 4 through 8 are now required to complete a numeracy professional learning course designed to support understanding and build pedagogical skill in mathematics instruction. The timeline shown here was developed according to the requirements of the legislation. Currently, the only available approved course in development is the one by LDOE. This course will be provided to systems free of charge. The full course will be available this fall, and completion is required by August 1st of 2025. An overview of the requirements is now posted to the Math Refresh website. This summer, several supports will be available to support leaders in planning structures and time for completing the training. Guidance for all leaders will be released that will include suggestions on how to schedule the training and optimize engagement for teachers. Sessions will be provided at Summit so that leaders can build their understanding. System leaders can request support calls with LDOE math team as needed. In addition to the required Act 260 course, the LDOE is developing companion courses for teachers in grades K through 3 and high school. These courses are optional, but will be available according to the same timeline as the required course. The optional courses do provide some intentional overlap of content. This design choice was made so that if teachers complete the grades K through 3 training and then are assigned to teach grades 4 through 8 in a subsequent year, some training will already be complete. The overlap is also planned for high school course. All 3 courses will consist of 25 modules. Each module is planned for approximately 2 hours of time and will include learning experiences and application tasks. We do understand that 2-hour blocks of time are difficult to schedule for this purpose, so the modules can easily be broken down into smaller time increments. That guidance will be provided beginning at Summit. This is the content map for the K3 course. And this is the content map for the required 4-8 courses. Both content maps are included in the Numeracy Professional Learning Map overview that we can share in the chat. The high school course design and structure is similar to what was described in the earlier slides. Content maps for high school will be released at the Louisiana Teacher Leader Summit. Updates will be made to the training overview document as soon as that information is available. All 3 courses will be available to systems, schools, and teachers through the new Louisiana Professional Learning Platform. More information about the platform will be released this spring and can be accessed through the platform overview linked on this slide. At this time, system and school leaders must make plans to support teacher engagement and compliance with requirements of the Act. It's time to reflect on currently available professional learning times, consider additional structures needed to support engagement, reference your school calendar, and begin to form a plan so that teachers can complete the training by August 1st, 2025. As you begin to think through planning, please reach out to stem@la.gov with any questions. I'm now going to hand it over to my colleague, Natalie Kleber, for literacy updates.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. As always, we're going to start today with our literacy mission that states all Louisiana students will have improved literacy outcomes through high-quality instruction and interactions by an effective teacher who is supported by leaders and families. Our Louisiana literacy pillars are the cornerstone of our literacy improvement work and focus on 4 key areas: setting and monitoring literacy goals, providing high-quality core instruction together with explicit interventions and extensions, providing ongoing professional growth both our teachers and leaders, and ensuring that families play an essential role in the literacy development of their children at all ages and stages. Last month, all K-3 students were screened for middle of the year benchmark using Amplify's Dibbles 8th Literacy Screener. Please be reminded that within 15 days of the assessment, families should be notified of their child's literacy proficiency level. The Dibbles platform provides a report that will meet that policy requirement. The caregiver report will share the proficiency level along with an explanation of the measures in family-friendly terms. Also, within 30 days of the assessment, an individual literacy plan should be developed for any students who may have fallen below proficiency between the fall and the winter. Families should sign off on this plan, and the Home Connect report on the Dibbles platform will share what parents can do from home to support those measures. Family reporting documents can be found on the Literacy Screener webpage for those students taking the LAR, which is our Literacy Alternate Assessment, and for students in dual language immersion. Last month, we talked about Act 422, the bill that enacted third grade retention based on the end of year literacy screener. This law begins next school year, but we don't want to wait until next school year to take action. You have an opportunity to take action now, specifically with this year's second grade students. As the middle of the year data is rolling in, look to see if your students who are below level are moving. Do you see a decrease or an increase in the number of students falling at the well below level? Begin to have those conversations with your teachers. What do they see in the data? How is core instruction going? Are small group interventions and progress monitoring happening on your campus? The other conversation to have is with families. Families should be informed of the law, as well as be given information on how to access free tutoring using the Steve Carter Literacy Tutoring, and consider what summer learning can be provided for those second graders who are still struggling to read at the end of third grade. If you take away one thing from today's session, please take away to pay attention to those second grade students, specifically those who are falling in the well below range. Make them your goal and ensure that they will recover. Now that you have middle of the year benchmark is complete, it's time to analyze that data. Are you making progress towards your literacy goals? Identify what students are progressing and which ones are still at risk to determine if additional diagnostic data is needed. Also look at school and class-wide data. As I previously mentioned, this data will give you valuable insight to the impact of the core instruction happening on your campus. Digging deeper into subgroup data and individual measures will also lead to the need for additional professional development. If you have literacy coaches or other instructional coaches or teacher leaders on your campus, determine how you can use them to provide targeted support for your teachers in those areas. We're going to talk briefly just about this intervention, this MTSS model. You're going to see that here is our MTSS, our multi-tiered system of support. It provides a model for interventions. All students should receive universal supports in Tier 1 through effective strategies and high-quality instructional practices through their core curriculum. If students are not progressing through Tier 1, they move into Tier 2 and receive targeted interventions in addition to Tier 1 core instruction. These are moderate in intensity and include small group intervention. If still not making progress, Tier 3 interventions are used for targeted individuals in a more intensive, individualized manner. So as students progress through the tiers of support, the intensity of the intervention increases. 80% of students should get what they need through high-quality Core 1 tier instruction. However, your pyramid may look like this. If so, then you need to focus on intensifying core instruction. So what are some key actions you can take to intensify core instruction? First, identify your teacher's ability to implement the core curriculum and provide professional growth in the areas of need. This could come through teacher collaboration time or through one-on-one coaching. Literacy blocks should include enough time to implement the core curriculum. Your high-quality instructional materials provide a structured literacy approach, so your interventions need that same approach. If you're using a structured literacy approach in core, and then using a balanced literacy approach for interventions such as leveled readers, then your programs are competing against each other and are most likely causing confusion for your students. Therefore, alignment between core instruction and intervention is essential. Additionally, students should have opportunities to read, write, listen, and speak in all core subjects every day, as well as engage in literacy at home through those family resources. So what are some additional actions you can consider when analyzing your literacy screener data? Now it is time to evaluate your teacher collaboration time. It's during this time that you can consider individual student needs based on the data to determine areas in the curriculum to meet those needs. This is the time to leverage the knowledge gained in Act 108 to determine what moves should be made during core instruction to provide that targeted support. Another consideration is ensuring you have curriculum coherence. As mentioned on the previous slide, if your core instruction is structured literacy approach and your intervention is balanced literacy approach or your leveled readers, not only is it not coherent, but it's also causing that confusion. We'll discuss more about this on next month's call, along with progress monitoring considerations. But the last thing I want to encourage you to do while analyzing your middle of the year data is to take time to celebrate your wins. Look at what's working and use that to drive your actions moving forward. Review your literacy plans and determine what your next steps are. If you need support in doing this, please reach out to Louisiana Literacy at la.gov. Here you'll see some more ways to stay informed as we continue to release more information around our literacy and math initiatives. You can sign up for the department's newsletters, reference monthly calls, locate all the tools provided to you through our Louisiana Literacy and Math Refresh websites, and of course, continue joining us for our monthly webinar series. Our next webinar will take place on March 4th. And then, of course, you're always free to reach out with any questions or need for support to our math team at stem@la.gov or the literacy team at louisianaliteracy@la.gov. On behalf of the math and literacy teams, I thank you for joining us today.